Let me ask you something. When was the last time you truly focused on yourself? Not your job, not your obligations, not what society expects of you, but you, your growth, your happiness, your dreams. Most people spend their entire lives putting others first, pleasing bosses, meeting family expectations, worrying about what their friends think. And in the process, they forget about the one person who should matter most, themselves. But here's the truth. The most successful, fulfilled, and unstoppable people in this world didn't get there by prioritizing everyone else. They got there by focusing on themselves first, not selfishly, but intentionally. Because when you pour into yourself, your skills, your mindset, your vision, you create a version of you that can actually make an impact. The moment you stop waiting for permission to chase what sets your soul on fire is the moment your life truly begins. And today, I'm going to show you how shifting your focus inward can change everything. Let's be real. Most people never chase their dreams, not because they don't have talent, not because they don't have potential, but because they're too distracted. Distracted by expectations, distracted by comparison, distracted by fear. They waste years living on autopilot, following a path that was laid out for them instead of creating their own. And do you know what happens? Regret. Regret for the dreams they ignored. Regret for the risks they didn't take. Regret for the life they could have built but didn't, because they were too busy worrying about everyone else. But here's what you need to understand. Focusing on yourself is not selfish. It's survival. It's about breaking free from the noise, the guilt, and the pressure to conform. It's about making the bold decision to say, this is my life, and I'm going to live it on my terms. The moment you stop caring about outside validation and start focusing on what truly fuels you is the moment you unlock a power most people never experience, the power of self-belief. Let's talk about validation, one of the biggest traps that keeps people from focusing on themselves. How many times have you made a decision based on what other people might think? How often do you hesitate because you're worried about judgment, criticism, or whether your choices will be accepted? The truth is, chasing approval is a never-ending race with no finish line. No matter what you do, someone will always have an opinion. Someone will always doubt you. But here's the harsh reality. Their opinions don't pay your bills. Their opinions won't build your dreams. Their opinions won't make you happy. So why let them control your life? The most powerful thing you can do is detach from the need for validation. The moment you stop seeking approval and start focusing on what makes you happy, you gain an edge most people never have: freedom. Freedom to make bold moves, freedom to take risks, freedom to create a life that excites you. Because at the end of the day, it's not about them. It's about you. Your time and energy are your most valuable assets. But be honest, how often do you give them away freely? How many hours have you wasted doing things that don't fulfill you? Entertaining people who drain you, or saying yes to things that pull you away from your own goals? Here's the truth. Every second you spend on something that doesn't align with your vision is a second stolen from your future. Successful people don't just manage their time, they protect it like gold. They set boundaries, they say no without guilt, they cut out distractions, toxic relationships, and energy-draining habits without hesitation. Why? because they understand something most people don't. If you don't take control of your time, someone else will. If you truly want to focus on yourself, you need to become ruthless about where your energy goes. Guard it, filter it, pour it into things that make you better, stronger, and closer to your goals, because the life you want is built by the time you invest in yourself. Most people are afraid to say no. They think turning down invitations, declining favors, or setting boundaries makes them selfish. But let me tell you something. Saying no is one of the most powerful tools you have. Every time you say yes to something that doesn't align with your goals, you are saying no to something that does. And that's why so many people feel stuck, drained, and unfulfilled, because they're too busy living for everyone else instead of themselves. The most successful people aren't afraid to disappoint others in order to stay true to themselves. They understand that their time, energy, and focus are limited, and they guard them fiercely. Saying no isn't about shutting people out. It's about making space for the things that truly matter. It's about choosing your dreams over distractions, your growth over guilt, and your future over temporary approval. The moment you master the art of saying no without apology is the moment you take back control of your life. If you want to change your life, you have to start with the most important investment you will ever make, yourself. Think about it. How much time do you spend improving your skills, learning new things, strengthening your mind and body? Most people spend their days working for someone else's dream, but they never invest in their own. That's why they stay stuck. But successful people, they prioritize their own growth above everything else. They read, learn, train, and develop new skills every single day. They understand that the more valuable they become, the more power they have over their future. Investing in yourself isn't just about success, it's about freedom. Freedom to create, to lead, to build a life on your own terms. When you focus on your growth, your knowledge, your health, your mindset, you become unstoppable. The world rewards those who develop themselves, and the moment you commit to becoming the best version of you, everything starts to change. So the question is, are you willing to bet on yourself? Comparison is the fastest way to kill your motivation. You scroll through social media, see someone doing better, and suddenly you feel like you're behind. But here's what you need to understand. You're not in a race with anyone else. The only competition that matters is the person in the mirror. Instead of wasting energy comparing yourself to others, channel that energy into becoming a better version of yourself every single day. Track your progress, set personal records, push yourself to new limits. The only person you need to be better than is the person you were yesterday. The most successful people in the world don't waste time watching others. They stay focused on their own lane. Because at the end of the day, someone else's success has nothing to do with yours. Your journey is yours alone. The moment you shift from comparison to self-improvement, you'll unlock a level of confidence and focus that most people never reach. So stop looking around, start looking ahead. Your future is waiting. Motivation is temporary. Some days you'll wake up feeling unstoppable. Other days, you won't feel like doing anything. And that's where most people fail. They only take action when they feel motivated. But here's the truth. Successful people don't rely on motivation. They rely on discipline. They do the work whether they feel like it or not. They show up when it's uncomfortable. They push through when it's inconvenient because they understand that success isn't about how you feel, it's about what you do consistently. If you only take action when it's easy, you'll never get anywhere. But if you develop discipline, the ability to commit to your goals no matter what, you become unstoppable. The trick is to build habits that keep you moving forward even on the hard days. Structure your environment for success. Create routines that eliminate distractions. Set non-negotiable standards for yourself, because at the end of the day, motivation will fade. Discipline is what builds dreams. Let's be real. Focusing on yourself can feel lonely. When you start setting boundaries, prioritizing your dreams, and saying no to distractions, some people won't understand. You might lose friends. You might feel isolated, but here's what you need to know. Growth requires separation. The most successful people in the world didn't get there by staying in the same circles, engaging in the same conversations, or living the same routine as everyone else. They pulled away, they spent time alone. They used that isolation to sharpen their skills, build their mindset, and develop the discipline needed to succeed. Being alone isn't a weakness, it's a weapon. It's the time when you reflect, strategize, and create without noise or interference. And the best part, when you come back, you return stronger, more focused, more powerful. Not everyone will understand your journey, and that's okay. You're not here to be understood, you're here to evolve. So embrace the solitude, use it, because the version of you that emerges from it, that's the one the world won't be ready for. At the end of the day, this is your life, not your parents', not your friends', not society's, yours. And if you don't take control of it, someone else will. Too many people wake up one day realizing they spent their entire lives living for everyone else, following the rules, meeting expectations, staying in their comfort zones. But the ones who truly make an impact, they take ownership. They decide what kind of life they want, and they build it, brick by brick, step by step. No shortcuts, no permission needed. If you want freedom, focus on yourself. If you want success, commit to your vision. If you want a life that excites you, start making bold moves today. Because time is passing, and every second you hesitate is a second you'll never get back. So, what's stopping you? What's the first step you're going to take right now to claim the life you deserve? Drop it in the comments. I want to hear your plan. Because the moment you decide to go all in on yourself, everything changes.